How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another broadcast here on Dr. Delay. I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and tonight we have some Atlantic 10 action as the Davidson Wildcats, who come in with a record of 12-7, take on the heavily favored George Mason Patriots, who are coming in with an 18-2 record. Once March Madness sweethearts, they are A10 powerhouses looking to continue their dominance and trying to keep up with St. Louis. St. Louis leading the A10 with a 20-1 record. George Mason, again, looking to keep pace. A win here would put them one game back of the conference lead. And, of course, again, the number one seed in the A10 NCAA championship. So, hopefully, again, we have a good game tonight. We'll see, as I'm still kind of setting up my things here, so I do apologize. Not actually 100% ready, but neither are they. They are in commercial break. So, yeah, thanks again for hanging out, folks. Hopefully, again, you guys had a great and warmer Wednesday. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, thanks again for hanging out. Good to see you, Robert, Goku, Casey. Appreciate you, man. George, thank you for tuning in. Daniel, how's it going? Happy Wednesday to you as well. And, yeah, thanks again for hanging out. Santiago, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Yeah, man, hopefully, again, it's a good college basketball game. Again, I'm just kind of getting ready for March Madness. That's why I'm doing this. And hopefully, again, it's a good call. You know, this will be my third college basketball game of the year, I think. Yeah, it is. Actually, I don't remember. I think it is. Only the third one. Did Army, Navy, Murray State, and Drake. Yes. And again, we're doing some more of the smaller schools, I guess, for college basketball. But, you know, again, there's some pretty solid schools, solid basketball schools when it comes to this. So, again, that's why I'm kind of calling it, trying to call games, that might feature teams making it into the tournament. And, again, George Mason eyeing that spot as well. Remember George Mason making it to the Final Four during 06 or 07? Yeah, me too. Kind of like vaguely. I remember hearing about it. But, yeah, same here. Good to see you, man. CB, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. George, I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in here. Hanging in there. Again, somewhat, scared that football's ending. And now what am I going to do? Of course, again, I know what to do. I'm just nervous is all about these months in between football. So I need to figure out and stay up to date and figure out what I'm going to do going forward. Just stop. I appreciate you, Mark. Hey, that like helps a lot. Thank you very much. As tip-off underway, we are underway here in George Mason, or at George Mason. Davidson going right to left. Looks like they're in more of a gray uniform. So here we go. All right, who has the ball? This is Brown. Brown passes it to Plateau, who hands it off to Friedrichsen, driving the paint. He's in the paint, trying to find someone. He passes it outside. That one is off the mark, and that is going to be rebounded by George Mason. Okay, who is this? This is Long. Long averaging 11 points a game. He hands it off to Presley, who hands it off to Long again. Passes it in between themselves. Oh, nice ball movement. 23 passes it inside to 0. That's Troutman. Troutman passes it outside. He's driving inside. George Mason passing it to everybody as Presley driving the lane. Hands it off to Ellington. And only 2 more seconds to shoot. That is pretty impressive defense. Wasn't able to get the timeout. So that's just a turnover. George Mason, coach, can't believe. It's like, what are you guys doing? Just a bunch of passing. Couldn't get a shot off, really. I mean, I guess got one, but anyway, here comes Davidson bringing up the court again, going right to left. This is Brown driving down the right side, passes it back out to Scovins, who passes it to Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen with it, passes it inside. This is Brown, who hands it off to the other Brown. This is back to Friedrichsen, driving inside, hands it off to Plateau. Plateau elbowing his way through. That one too short. Trying to get his own rebound. Cannot. George Mason with the rebound. Now going left to right. That is Long. Passes it outside. And now he's, again, I apologize, moving way too fast. Troutman driving inside. Troutman fadeaway jumper. That one too strong. Rebounded by George Mason. This is Friedrichsen, who passes it to Plateau. Plateau looking around, hands it off inside in the paint. Jumper shot. That one is good. That one is Scovins. Scovins with the first points of the game. Davidson leading 2-0. As, again, George Mason, they just keep handing the ball off. It's like a quarterback handing off to the running back. Troutman now with it, hands it off underneath. As he drives the paint, shot. That one is off. I believe he was fouled. That was Ellington. Ellington with the shot. Or they're going to say a traveling turnover there, and I guess the George Mason coach doesn't like it. So a foul on George Mason, and that's going to be a turnover there, and Davidson will bring it up the court. They pass it along to each other. Brown to Friedrichsen. Brown with it again. This is Plateau. Plateau on the top of the arc. Plateau hands it off to Brown off his foot, and then it's recovered by Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen looking around, pounding it inside. This is Scovins, the only shot of the only points made. Pass it outside for a corner three. That one is good. Not necessarily corner three, but hey, it'll work. Sam Brown with the three. Davidson 5. George Mason 0. George Mason now with it. This is Presley. Presley hands it off, and they still continue to hand it off. This is Mincy. Mincy passing it over in the corner. This is Long with the deep three. That one too strong. Rebounded by George Mason. Ellington going up. He's fouled, and then he elbows a guy, and then Plateau falling down. They're going to say it's a foul on Devin Brown. Plateau, again, taking an elbow to the face here. Oh, man, yeah, well, holding his head, and then he just falls down a little dramatic-like. But, hey, you know, that is basketball now. Channeling its inner soccer here. So Ellington will head to the line for 2, only averaging 4.5 points a game. He has a chance to half that at least. So again, 5-0 Davidson leading over George Mason. Ellington at the line, misses the first. In-and-out burger there. Davidson coach is asking for an explanation. Hey, like, you're going to let him elbow the players or what? Doesn't seem pretty cash money of you. There is the second. That one, no problem. 5-1. George Mason on the board as he again made the second there. Brown inbounding. Brown inbounds to Brown, who passes it back to Brown. Now the younger Brown with it. Passes to the older Brown. Number 11. As he makes his way down the left side, cutting inside, trying to find somebody. Finds Scovins. No, he finds it. It's intercepted. This is Long driving the lane. He's got it. And that's an easy bucket there. A turnover. George Mason cutting the lead to 2. And here is the older Brown coming up the court. Finds Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen finds Plateau. Plateau looking around. Finds the older Brown. As he's looking around, trying to find the younger Brown. No, he just jacks up a 3. That one, air ball. No good. And it's going to be George Mason ball. So, again, trying to find something. Could not. Sam Brown. All right, I got to write that down. Sam Brown. I just wrote down the last names. Didn't realize it would be double-double. Anyway, Ellington handing it off. This is Troutman. Troutman driving the lane. Spin around jumper. No. Passes it outside. Beyond the arc. Trying to make the guy miss. Trying to cross him over. Driving the lane. Jump shot. That one too strong. Rebounded by Scovins. Scovins hands it off to Sam Brown. So I'm going to write that down. Brown passing it over. This is Friedrichsen. This is Plateau. Plateau looking around. Plateau driving inside. Lays it off the glass. Too strong. Misses the easy layup. As George Mason bringing it down the right side. This is Long. Just jump shot 3. That one too short. Rebounded by the other Brown. Younger Brown. Going to write down Devin Brown apparently. Devin Brown. Passes to Scovins. Scovins trying to elbow. Trying to get some more space. Plateau wide open. He's going to drive it inside. Ellington strips it away. And George Mason with a fast break. This is Mincy driving, and he misses. It's going to be a foul on Davidson. Sam Brown picks up a foul, and I believe that's going to take us to the first commercial break. Davidson leading 5-3 with 15:06 left to go in the first half. I'm just here to give a thumbs up and some sports conversation. Yay, hey, yeah, I'll take it, man. Thank you again. Again, really, what's happening in the NFL now, in the NFL world, is, again, the Belichick thing. That was pretty crazy. I can't believe that they kept him out. Of course, the Hall of Fame actually issued a statement. That's how serious it's gotten. They themselves issued a statement. They don't like this. They're going to be reviewing, and they should. They should review. They should have taken away a lot of those. I don't know if Peter King's still a Hall of Fame guy, Hall of Fame voter. I just remember he had the incident a few years ago where he didn't vote for Troy Polamalu because he thought he was going to get in already. Like, that, to me, already disqualifies someone. You don't do that. You vote for the best. I mean, that to me is such stupid. Like, I don't like Peter King. I mean, just because of that. I haven't really liked him in a long time, but that was also pretty stupid. And then, of course, that's kind of coming out that some people, apparently, that's what the logic has been used. Like, oh, well, I think he's going to get in. Belichick's going to get in, so I'm just going to vote for other guys. Like, no, you don't do that. You vote for who is the best on the ballot, in your opinion. And everyone should have that, Belichick being, again, an 8-time Super Bowl champion, with, of course, being an assistant and everything and being a head coach. You got to put him in. It's ridiculous. Mike Florio basically gave the 411 on why Belichick should have been the first ballot. Yeah, no. I mean, Florio, I don't really like Florio myself, to be honest with you. But, I do watch him. I didn't get to watch his video. I watched Rich Eisen, which, he's okay. Watched the Pat McAfee one with Jimmy Johnson, Pat McAfee with J.J. Watt, them explaining, they're outraged, and rightfully so. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Anyway, working our way back here again. Davidson leading at the moment 5-3. 15:06 left to go in the first quarter. Let's see here. Leading in points as Sam Brown. Sam Brown with 3. Again, there's really not much happening. Scovins also with 2. He's going to go and stay on the court. Looks like there will be some substitutions. But, yeah, that is pretty much what has happened. A lot of missed shots. So far. Inbounding on their own side. This is, all right, they switched out. This is Sivka. Sivka hands it off to Hill. Hill looking around. He finds, all right, Conga down. I don't know if that's correct. Sivka handing it off back over. This is, I believe, Troutman. Troutman passes to Conga, I think, as he hands it off to Mincy. Mincy in the paint. Jump shot to that one. Too short. Trying to rebound it. And, he took a hit there. Troutman with the nice rebound on the shot. And I guess he took a headshot there. Let me go and click the box score. I don't know if they themselves don't have anything yet. They haven't updated who's on the court. Well, that's kind of annoying. Right now, I have terrible handwriting, so I do apologize if that is Conga or not. But it probably is. I don't know. So Troutman's going to head to the line here for 2. Well, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. I think he was at the line, then he's heading it out. Oh, Troutman's bleeding, so Troutman's going to head out. Or at least stop the game for the moment and try to clean him up, as he's going to try to take these shots. Looks like we might be having another substitution. But maybe not. I don't know. Okay, never mind. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I can tell you that Troutman's on at the free throw line as he's ready for his first free throw attempt. That one, too strong. And you'll have some substitutions for Davidson. Again, Davidson leading 5-3, as you can see down below, as Devin Brown, checks out. 50-50 shot, and I got it wrong. All right, here's the second one. That one's too short. Rebounded there by Plateau, and Davidson will bring it up the courts. Trying to see the number here so I can give you some more information. If I cannot, I cannot. Anyway, this is Blums with it. Blums looking like the Dark Knight out there with the mask. Alley-oop opportunity. Cannot slam it home. He passes it outside to Caval. Caval too strong, but it's rebounded there by Scovins. Scovins passing it outside. Deep three. That one off the mark. And there's another foul. Now, there's been a lot of fouls here. I mean, geez, a foul on Blums. Just checked into the game. The leading scorer with just 11 points a game. Davidson, not really a high-scoring team. They have 5 players, all within about 3 points of each other. So they do a great job of spreading the ball around, but they do not really put up many points. And again, right now, leading 5-3 after almost 6 minutes of play as George Mason working themselves left to right. Hands it off down the right side. Passes it outside. This is Hill. Hill bounce pass here to Conga. Conga inside, trying to slam it home, just lays off the glass. No, he does miss indeed. Here's Caval, passes it inside to Brown. Brown to Scovins, passing it outside to Logan. Logan hands it off down the right side. Still don't know who that is, but he's going to slam it, and that one's, he missed it. He missed it, rebounded by George Mason going left to right. Passes underneath the basket. This is Conga. Conga. Going to be a foul there on Sam Brown. If you like missing shots here, this is the game for you. Again, just a lot of missing. A lot of substitutions now, so we'll see a new set of faces here as they look to try to get some scoring here. This is Mincy. Mincy for 3. That one is good, and George Mason taking the lead 6-5. Again, plenty of time, of course. 13:23 left to go in the first as he passes down there on the left side of the court, and there's another foul. I mean, geez, it's like every possession or so there's a foul. So Mincy again knocking it home. His first shot of the game, 1 for 3 so far on the night. Davidson inbounding, so it was a foul on George Mason, as I thought. Friedrichsen going to be inbounding, trying to find somebody. Signs Koval. Koval taking it down the right side, looking around. Passes outside, corner 3. That one short, rebounded by George Mason, taking it down the right side. This is Hill, laying it up off the glass. That one looking pretty easy. George Mason now up 8-5. As here is Koval. Koval trying to lean inside, trying to find somebody. Finds Friedrichsen, who passes to Blums. Blums still beyond the arc. He passes inside to Plateau. Plateau looking around, trying to find a teammate here. Oh, and that might be a double dribble. Was not called. Blums now with it. Spinning around inside. Trying to find somebody. Finds Plateau underneath. Lays it off the glass. That one, no good. Rebounded there by George Mason, by Conga. And here comes Mincy. Mincy passes it inside. Conga with the 2. And he gets it and the foul. As George Mason now leading 10-5. I want to say that's a 7-0 scoring run here for George Mason. Conga punching the padding underneath. Manuel Conga, or Kanga, that's what it is. But they're saying Conga on here, so it doesn't matter. Freshman, as he makes and finishes the 3-point play. Again, George Mason 11, Davidson 5. Inbounding here, Davidson, kind of a soft press here from George Mason as Blums passes there to Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen finds Koval. Koval looking around, trying to find a teammate. Finds, actually, I don't know who that is, but he hands it off to Blums. Blums looking around, finds Koval. Koval taking it inside, loses the ball. It was tipped by George Mason. They're saying that, no, I did not tip it. But it doesn't matter. We're going to take a commercial break here. 11-5, George Mason After the slow start, they've been putting up some points in this, these 3-4 minutes here. So again, 11-5, George Mason leading over Davidson. Man, oh man. Let's see here. Leading, I can go to the box score now, see what's happening. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, commercial break, so I have a little bit more freedom here during commercial break. The leading, well, actually, go ahead and, there you go. As you can see, again, Davidson only with 5 points, Sam Brown with 3, Josh Scovins with 2, and then for George Mason, Corey Mincy with 3, Jahari Long with 2, Nick Ellington with 1, and then the bench already with 5 points, helping out the starters. Conga with 3, and then Fat Hill with 2. Fat Hill. That is a legendary name. But, yeah, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, obviously going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of a rough call as I'm learning, again, how to call college basketball and learn how to call basketball in general. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out in this one. And, again, feel free to chat down below. The chat, of course, very important to the channel. Of course, again, during commercial breaks, definitely. During the game for basketball, going to be a little bit tough or difficult to hit the chat up, but I will do my best to get you guys involved. Again, I love hearing from you guys, whether it's, again, about the game or whether it's about, of course, sports in general, football. I'm a football guy. But, yeah, thanks again for hanging out. And, again, if you do like it, make sure, again, to like and subscribe. I will be also streaming on Twitch if you're interested in that. If you have a Twitch account, feel free to follow over there. Right after the game, really about, 10, 15 minutes after. Won't be a long stream tonight, but I'll be streaming a little bit. And as far as the next college basketball game, not too sure. I was looking at the games for tomorrow. Still undecided. But again, I can tell you I'll be back at it again on Friday and Saturday. As I'll probably... It's either going to be the local game, Michigan State on Fox, or Dayton St. Louis, the other team, the team that's leading the Atlantic 10. And then that'll be the only game I do Friday. Saturday, going to do the Senior Bowl and all that good stuff. All right, looks like we're back in action here as here comes George Mason moving left to right on your YouTube screen. This is long. Eagles may hire Sean Mannion. Yeah, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Yeah, I think you mentioned that yesterday there, Seth. But we'll see what happens. Corner 3 here, and that one a little bit too strong. That's going to be knocked out of bounds by Davidson. It's going to remain with George Mason. Sifka, by the way, with the corner 3. George Mason again leading 11-5. Inbounding underneath their own basket. This is Sifka finding Long. Jump shot, mid-range jumper. That one no good. That's going to be tipped away. And it's going to be Davidson ball. So Davidson, again, haven't scored in a good bit in a few minutes here for sure. And they were up 5-3. That was at the 16-minute mark. So it's been about 5 minutes. As here is Blums. Passes over here to Friedrichsen. Finds Roberts. This is Friedrichsen driving the paint, laying off the glass. He is fouled. And it looks like he will head to the line for 2. Conga, he can't believe that he was called. He's like the confused look, like, what? Are you serious? Well, the referee was, and Davidson again heading to the line for 2. Davidson with 6 fouls. George Mason with 2. Feels like way more for each team as he does sink the first. That ends the 5-minute drought there of no score for Davidson. Interview with the Eagles today. Nice. Yeah, I don't know who our offensive coordinator is going to be. I mean, obviously, I guess it's going to be Mike McCarthy, right? But I don't know. I'd like to see a pretty solid name up there, or at least somebody that gives me hope. Let us be aggressive. As there is the second free throw attempt. He does sink it. So Friedrichsen sinking both. 11-7. George Mason leading over Davidson. About 11:20 left to go here in the first half. Long passing over there to his left. That is, couldn't tell you who it is, but he does lay it in. He does get the foul. The coach of Davidson can't believe it, slamming the floor. Who was this? This was Hill. Hill just A great effort there, driving the lane, seeking the contact. Roberts with the foul. Hill loved it. The Davidson coach literally slamming the floor with his hands. He was standing up and just goes down and slams the floor. And that is pretty insane to see. George Mason leading 13-7. Hill trying to complete the three-point play. That one is good. Nothing but net. 14-7. Looking like a football score. Going to miss seeing that. Really going to miss seeing that. After, I guess, next Sunday. And that is it. Well, there's the UFL, I guess, as Blums getting the inbound there. They pass it to each other, Blums and Koval. Koval looking around. Down the left side, passes to Blums. Blums back to Koval. Koval to Scovins. Scovins driving inside, spinning around. Hook shot, that one no good. But Roberts gets the rebound. He's fighting, trying to get, he does get contacted. No foul, but he does get the buckets. Nice play by Roberts. 14-9 is your score. George Mason going left to right. As here is, that is long. Hands it off to Sivka. As I believe this is Hill once again. Hill bounce pass inside. This is Ellington. Ellington, that one, no problem. 16-9. Here is Koval. Koval trying to find Roberts. He does. Roberts to Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen looking around. Still beyond the arc. Finds Koval again beyond the arc. Finds Blums again beyond the arc. Everyone beyond the arc. Here's Scovins. Scovins driving inside, looking for contact. Gets contact. Does not get the call or the buckets. 10 minutes to go here as passes inside to Ellington in the paint. Lays it off the glass. No problem. 18-9. George Mason kind of pulling away slowly. As here's Koval, passes it outside. Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen finds Roberts. Roberts to Blums. Blums looking around. And he will start to dribble as he passes over to Friedrichsen down over on the right side. He cuts inside, who finds Blums again. They like hanging around beyond the arc, as here is Koval again, still beyond the arc. Koval going to have to jack it up. No, he finds Roberts inside. Roberts only with the second shot. That one, no good. Off the rim. Rebounded by George Mason. This is Long, who finds Mincy with the deep three. That one in and out. Berger rebounded there by Blums. Blums taking it right to left. Moving fast. Friedrichsen off the glass. That one looking smooth there. Kind of cutting the momentum away a little bit maybe from George Mason. We'll see. Again, George Mason had been playing pretty fast and loose there. 18-11. 9 minutes to go in the first half. This is Sivka passing around. Again, I don't even know why I even bother. As soon as I look up, they keep passing it. Looks like Hill was fouled, or someone else was fouled. Roberts fouling, I believe that was Ellington that got fouled. Doesn't really matter. Dr. Zoom Basketball, you know it. TNC So's college basketball too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably will. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what channel I want to call. We need some NBA. No, we do not. NBA cannot do it. I can't do the NBA. See, I actually, again, I enjoy college basketball. I really do. I love college basketball. It is really fun. I just don't know how to broadcast it. That one's going to be off the mark there, as he could not connect the free throw. This is Koval driving inside, spinning around. This is Scovins. Scovins to Blums. Blums looking around. He finds, this is Joses. Joses bouncing it inside to Scovins. Scovins, oh, that one flung away. Nice save there by Blums. Blums with the three. That one's too short. It's being slapped around. Plateau with it. He lays it off. No problem. George Mason can't believe it. That was pretty wacky there by Davidson. But they end up walking away with some points. 18-13 is your score. As here is George Mason with a nice layup. That one too strong. And that's going to be swatted away. Davidson with the ball, but now there's a foul. Foul on Joses. And I believe George Mason will once again head to the line. Don, how's it going? Wanted to bet on George Mason, but I won't let me because I live in Virginia. Hope you're good. I'm doing okay, Don. Good to see you, man. Just hanging out. Already missing football, but, you know, like I said, it'll be okay, I guess. That's what makes it so exciting in September. August, September is like, oh, wow, it's here. You know, I always look forward to the beginning of the season as he misses the first. That is Hill at the line, missing on the first free throw. Hill 2 for 3 on the night with 5 points. I don't get to watch Sunday AFC NFC Championship game. Ice Storm hit hard. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, yeah, that was unfortunate as he does make the second. George Mason leading 19-13. Just got electric back less than an hour ago, Vandy. Oh, wow. Jeez, Ricky, good to hear from you, man. Sorry about that. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I know there's a lot of power outages. I can't believe there's still people that were still out. As here's Davidson bringing up the court. This is Koval. Koval looking around, trying to find somebody. Finds Blums. Blums back to Koval. Koval, corner three opportunity for Joses. Joses air ball. And that one's going to be rebounded there by George Mason. This is, couldn't tell you, this is Mincy, though. Mincy driving inside. Mincy finding somebody at the top. That is long for a three. That one is good. 22-13. And it looks like they may take us to commercial time. I'm not too sure, actually, because the clock has stopped. No one's really saying anything. Interesting. Regardless, right now 22-13. They might be saying that there was a timeout called. I don't know. But right now, nothing. 22-13. George Mason leading over Davidson with 7:28 left to go in the first quarter. Hello, Dr. Lane. Everyone, glad to be here. Thank you for having this game broadcast. Oh, yeah, no problem, Miss Tammy. Appreciate you for tuning in. Again, appreciate you, Robert, for tuning in. Seth pulling for the Flyers. I don't know who they're playing tonight. Maybe I do a hockey game tomorrow. I don't know. I think there is Pittsburgh and Chicago. I could do that. I probably could. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea what my future holds. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Feel free, of course, to chat down below, especially during timeouts or commercial timeouts. Again, I try to get to the chat as often as I can. As far as the individual stats for these guys, we have for Davidson leading the way is Friedrichsen with 4 points. After that would be Sam Brown with 3. You got a few others there with 2. Scovins, Plateau, and Roberts with 2. And then for George Mason, a little bit more scoring here. Hill was 6. He's leading the game with 6 points. Coming off the bench, looking pretty good. Ellington and Long with 5. And then you have Mincy and Konga with 3. Davidson's only converted 25% of their shots. That is just not going to work. George Mason with 44%. Looking a little bit more on the ball. How's it going, KC? What's going on, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Apparently, I don't know if this happened yesterday or today, but I can tell you that St. Louis defeated George Washington 79-76. St. Louis plays Davidson next Tuesday, and I don't know if I'll be calling. We'll see, and I don't really know that far in advance. When it comes to football, I do. When it comes to football, I know, like, within a week, I know what games I'm calling. College basketball, hockey, yeah, I don't really know. It's kind of a last-minute decision, usually. In case you didn't know, TV timeouts in college are in the 4s as close as possible. 16, 12, 8, and 4. I had a feeling that's usually like the consistent time they usually stop it. So that does make sense. Appreciate you, man. Senior Bowl this week. Gotcha, man. Your phone was dying. No problem. Yeah, and I'll be doing the Senior Bowl this Saturday. As here's Davidson going right to left again. George Mason leading 22-13. As this is Koval. Koval trying to find some space. He finds Scovins underneath. Scovins, he passes it outside to Blums, who passes to Friedrichsen, cuts inside, finds Plateau. No, he finds a George Mason defender, but he's not able to hold on to it as it falls out of bounds. Davidson will retain possession with just 9 seconds on the shot clock. Again, 22-13. Davidson inbounding underneath their own basket. This is Scovins. Scovins in the paint. There's a foul, and I don't know if he's going to head to the line for two or not, as Ellington there is the guilty party. And I believe he will. No, he will not. So the shot clock will reset to 20, apparently, as now the referee's coming in, having a little chat with Scovins and Ellington. Like, hey, stop pushing and shoving, I guess. I don't know. I'm assuming. Can't really assume. There's the inbound there to Scovins. Scovins with it finds Caval. Caval looking around. Bounce pass. No, it's deflected and taken away by Mincy. Mincy now bringing it up the court as he cuts inside and finds on the corner. Again, I couldn't tell you who that is. My bad. Mincy again with it. This is, I believe, Hill. This is back over to Troutman. Troutman taking his way inside. That one's off the glass. Touches it in there. That one was Conga with the tip in. 24-13 is your score. Davidson now with it. This is Plateau. Plateau looking around. Finds Blums with the deep three. That one is good. That was a good shot there. Guy in his face. 22-16. 6-point game. Not as doom and gloom anymore. As here is Long. Bringing it up the court again. 6 minutes to go in this one. Passes it inside to Conga. Conga to Mincy. Back to Conga. Conga looking around. And Davidson's called for the foul. They can't believe it. Scovins can't believe it. Spring training 2 months. Yep. Jim Schwartz maybe now going to San Francisco. I could see that. That'd be a good move for him. I was hoping the Steelers would get him. We need to change up our defense philosophy, man. The 3-4 is just getting shredded in today's world. It really is. Conga makes the first to make it a 9-point game. But no, we hired the Raiders defensive coordinator, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Again, 25-16 your score. Again, 6:03 left to go. As we're waiting on the second free throw there by Conga. As Conga releases and misses the bucket. Rebounded there by Sam Brown. Sam Brown taking it up the court. So he's trying to find somebody, trying to find some help. Finds Devin Brown, who passes it over there to Plateau. Plateau thought about the shot, did not release. This is Devin Brown. Devin Brown taking his way inside. He's in the paint. There's a foul. Foul there on Mincy off the ball. Mike McCarthy's doing everything but change, yeah. Said Niners fans, I think the defensive coordinator is going to be Gus Bradley. Okay, man, I haven't heard that name in a while. If you're wondering why it's 11:27, they aren't playing or commercial, it's because the first Wolves game at 11:27 after. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, again, appreciate it, man. As here is Brown. This is Sam Brown. Oh, Blums with a deep three. That one is good. Oh, what a shot. Blums making it a 6-point game as he's trying to keep Davidson in the hunt here. As here is Long taking it up the court. He's kind of chilling now. Chilling at the logo. Bounce pass to Mincy. Mincy back to Long. Long cutting his way inside. Passes back to Mincy. Mincy trying to take his way inside. Jump shot to that one is good. Mincy is pretty darn good. 27-19 is your score. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. This is Brown. Brown, heavy defense there by Mincy. Passes to the other Brown. Finds Blums. Blums. Oh, that one is stolen away, but Blums takes it back. It's on the floor. Bounce pass over there on the other side. This is Plateau. Hands it off to Brown. Brown thought about the three. Does not commit. Spinning around that one. Just thrown out of bounds. Are they saying Davidson hit it out of bounds? Not too sure. Gus Bradley plays too much prevent defense, but nothing. I gotcha. I think Gus Bradley's going to the Niners. Gotcha. They said they're going to be playoff contenders. The Steelers, oh yeah, man, we're going to be playoff contenders. For sure. So only 4 seconds left for Davidson here whenever they do inbound. As Plateau will hit the bench. Inbounding it is going to be Sam Brown. Sam Brown looking around. And now there's an off-the-ball foul, and it's going to be on George Mason. Ellington with the elbow for seemingly no reason. If McCarthy fails, I think it'd pave the way for Dan Rudy to take over the team. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Dan Rooney's have been better than Art Rooney's running the franchise for sure. All right, inbounding there. It's going to reset the clock here. Scovin's now with it. Hook shot. That one's good. 27-21. George Mason leading, of course, as they've been in control pretty much since about the 13-minute mark of the first quarter. As there's a bounce pass here to Mincy. Mincy trying to find somebody. Finds the bench of Davidson. A wild pass there. Was trying to connect. I believe that was Troutman on the other side, but just unable to connect there. Some subbing happening for both teams. 4:16 left to go. There's why I was crying. It was just an emotional for him. Grew up a Steelers fan. Niners defense coordinator is going to be. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the specifics, man. As here is Brown. Brown looking around, trying to find some help, but no one's giving him help except Scovins. Scovins has it now again beyond the arc. Passes back to Brown. Finds over to Greer. Greer now with it. Corral. This is Plateau. Plateau trying to put it up, and that one's hit out of bounds. George Mason will not have possession. It's going to be Davidson ball. Whenever we do come back, 27-21 with 3:53 left to go. Pardon me, in the first half. Yeah, Rob thinks Schwartz, and honestly, I think Rob's going to be correct. Remember when Jim Schwartz was our head coach of the Lions? Yeah, no, he was. I didn't think he was too bad. McCarthy is a Pittsburgh native. Yep. You saw Rodgers might be coming back? Yeah, I think so. You thought he was Green Bay? No, he started in Green Bay, but he's not a Green Bay native. Schwartz. Yeah, no, I think, again, Schwartz to me is good. I really wanted him in Pittsburgh. I really did. Again, I've always liked Jim Schwartz, always. But that doesn't seem like he will ever be a Steelers coach. So, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. He's coming back. Oh, yeah, Rodgers, I mean, I think it's possible. We'll see, though. Nothing's been announced or anything like that, unless it started whenever when I went on. See here. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, I'm just kind of practicing my college basketball skills, trying to work my way up there, and where I can be a jack of all trades. I mean, I'm more of a football guy, but Schwartz is the brainchild of the Wide Nine. I'm not familiar with that. Doc, do you think college players should be allowed 6 fouls like NBA players, or agree with college having? I think it should be 5. It should be 5 in the NBA. But, again, I don't really watch the NBA. I don't know. I'm just not an NBA guy, man. But, yeah, I think 5 is good. 5 is good. 5 is really good. That's a good number to have. 6 just kind of seems awkward. Aaron Rodgers takes forever. Yeah, I mean, I hope this time, hey, once free agency hits, we need to have an answer, man. We need to, I'm all for giving you time, but I would be, pretty firm, hey, we need to know within a week of free agency if you want to come back. And if not, if we don't hear anything, then we're going to move forward you're not going to be here. So, again, I love Rodgers. I think he thought he was a great job, but, at the same time, I just don't I don't know. You got to be firm, man. It's football. You got to be firm. That's the defense scheme Kyle likes to run. Okay. Kyle Shanahan. Gotcha. All right, we're back here again. It's going to be 27-21. It is a 6-point game. as George Mason, again, looking like they're the better team for sure. But Davidson not doing too bad, as the inbound is going to be deflected out of bounds and going to be Davidson ball once again. Again, 7 seconds left on this shot clock. Top 100 net rankings. George Mason ranking 67. VCU at 49. That's interesting. As that's going to be inbounding there. It's going to be full court. They only have 7 seconds. They got to hurry. This is Brown. Brown taking his way inside, looking for contact. Oh, it's going to roll. 3-point shot. That one's good. Oh, what a play. The George Mason coach can't believe it. George Mason coach can't believe it. He's arguing with the ref right now. The ball was on the ground and just picked up by Friedrichsen with the wide open three. This is the shot by Sivka. That one's too strong. It's a 3-point game. Davidson has it now. The chance to tie the game. Brown taking his way down the right side. Passes over to Plateau. Plateau to Greer. Greer finds Blums. Blums with the 3 to tie. Too strong. Rebounded by George Mason. George Mason now with it. This is Hill. Bounce pass inside. Oh, he loses the ball. And it's going to be recovered by Davidson. Davidson now with it. 3 minutes to go. Looks like he's going to slow it down. This is Sam Brown. Sam Brown with it. Driving inside. And it looks like a little medium range shot. That one in and out, in and out, in! Look at that. 1-point game. George Mason up by 1. As Davidson's went on a little bit of a run here. Again, just over 2 minutes ago. 2:35 and counting. George Mason with the lead and with the ball. This is long. Passes it over. That is Adebayo. Adebayo with it. Looking for somebody underneath. Wide open underneath the basket. Fakes. Pump fake. Pump fake. Triple team. That ball's on the ground. Squirting away. Ripped away by Sivka. Jump ball. And it's going to stay with George Mason. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. So they're going to need a heck of a thing here. They're going back again to the Davidson to 3 earlier. Again, he was saying the coach was pretty much saying should have been an offensive foul, but there was nothing there. Can't wait for baseball. Oh, yeah, for sure. Inbounded there. Kick ball. And the clock's going to reset. Oh, that's a bummer for Davidson. Why is college so popular? It's just, I don't know. It's fun. College is kind of fun. Can't believe Davidson's giving him so much at home. Yeah, I know, right? It is pretty shocking. Davidson, again, has not looked that great, to be honest with you, but they've had their moments. George Mason, just clearly looking like the better team, but it's only a 1-point game as inbounding there to Adebayo. Passes over. This is Hill. Hill bouncing it inside. Adebayo there for 3. That one too strong, and that's going to be Davidson ball as it just goes out of bounds. Sivka touched it last. 2:05 left to go. Davidson with the chance to take the lead for the first time since around the 15-minute mark of the first half. 2 minutes and counting. Brown bringing it up the court down the left side. No, pardon me. This is Koval. Koval looking around. Koval to Blums. Blums down the right side. Finds Koval to Scovins for 3. That one is good. Davidson taking a 2-point lead with 1:40 to go here in the first half. As Long brings it up the court. Looks like they're slowing it down. This is Sivka. Now they're speeding it up. Sivka. This is Mincy. Mincy. Oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. Oh, they're going to say a foul. Or they're going to say a timeout. Oh, wow. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. They just kind of cut away. Davidson players couldn't believe it. Oh, they're going to say a foul on Logan. So it's going to be George Mason ball. You got Teriyaki. Nice, nice. So he heads to the line. He's going to sink the first. Wow, that's interesting. Would have liked to see a replay on that block. It looked like a straight-up block to me, but who knows. Good job there. Appreciate it. Thank you again. Appreciate it, Miss Tammy. Rams president saying that there's no truth to the Shula bombing, the virtual interview. Oh, wow. Interesting. That is interesting. There's going to be in and out there for the second, unable to connect. So Davidson with still a 1-point lead, 1:20 to go here in the first half. This is Scovins looking around as he's at the top of the arc, finds Koval, as this is Blums back to Koval. This is Greer back to Scovins back to Koval looking around, driving inside, pounds it inside to Plateau slams it home. 31-28, 3-point game. Davidson leading with a minute to go. I mean, this is pretty crazy. Obviously, it's only a half, but Davidson putting George Mason on upset alert. As long with it, passes back to Mincy. Mincy trying to create some space. Plateau on him. Mincy, cross-court pass, nice. Troutman hands it off. Sivka wasn't ready. Turnover. Davidson now with it. This is Greer for three. That one's good. Oh, what a shot by Greer. 34-28. Greer with his glasses. 20/20 vision there for the sniper. As Davidson leads by 6 with 20 seconds to go. Timeout, George Mason. Unbelievable. Davidson looked pretty dead. I mean, again, they had the early lead. No one really could make any shots. Then George Mason's shots started to fall. And then they're like, okay, this one not looking that great. But Davidson has clawed their way back and have taken the lead here at the end of the first half. College is exciting. NBA is boring. Example, BYU came all the way back from 16 down the other night with 6 minutes left on the undefeated one. Arizona and was down 1 point with the ball, missed the game winner. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I don't know. Just NBA, just like everyone makes shots there. It's like, you know, again, wide open threes. No one plays defense. They play defense in college basketball. It's pretty neat. Think if Shula and Sheehouse actually bombed their interview if both did not reply to Art's question on developing a quarterback. Probably. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be PR to make the Steelers look good, you know, with saying that he bombed the interview there. I would know, but it's definitely interesting there. Davidson, by the way, with the 15-1 run. I mean, it's been absolutely insane. Looks like George Mason going to hold it for the final shot. As this is Long, finds Mincy there on the far side. 6 seconds left. Clearing out, trying to clear some space. This is Long. Long driving the lane. That one's blocked. And it's going to go out of bounds, but with no time remaining. As Davidson goes into halftime with the lead 34-28. Again, going on a 15-1 run. I'll try to write that down at the end. No, that's on the wrong side. 15-1. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Again, going on a 15-1 run with about 5 minutes to go from the 5-minute point of the first half on. So, yeah, halftime here again, 34-28. This now turns into pretty much a Q&A, so feel free again to chat down below as I kind of await the second half here. Again, thanks for hanging out for this one. Davidson, George Mason. Has been a pretty fun game. We can go over the stats here if you like. Even if you don't like it, you're going to get it, so you're just going to learn to like it, I guess. All right, Davidson. Again, not really shooting that great. Well, they weren't earlier. Now they've turned it up here. Again, they were at a 25% clip. They were 5. Were they 4 for 20, 5 for 20? I think they were 4 for 20 earlier. Or no, 5 for 20. They were 5 for 20. Now they're 13 for 30. So they've made 8 of their last 10 shots to bring that field goal percentage up to a 43%. But anywho, as far as the leading scorers for Davidson, Scovins was 7. Scovins has been pretty good. Greer was 6. Blums was 6. Sam Brown with 5. Friedrichsen with 4. Plateau with 2, Logan with 2, Roberts with 2. And then for George Mason, they're shooting at a 42% clip. Their leading scorers are, looks like a lot. It's a 3-way tie there at 6 points. Corey Mincy was 6, Emmanuel Conga was 6, Fat Hill was 6, and then you have 2 guys with 5, so Jahari Long with 5. And then Nick Ellington with 5. Everyone else was 0. So, again, that's kind of what the stats kind of indicated, again, the leading scorers for Davidson only with 11 points on the season. That's Blums. 11, 10.2, 9.7, 9.4, 8.1. So it seems like there's just like a consistency there. Again, 6.4, 6.3. That's points per game. And then for George Mason, you got 16.6, 13.3, 11.2, 10.5, 10.1. Then it drops to 4.9. So you're either scoring or you're not for George Mason. And then for Davidson, it seems like everybody gets involved. And, of course, again, I guess the thing is, like, can everyone get involved on every night? So, I don't know. That's just my analysis there. Let's get it go. Mason. Casey pulling for Mason. I think Shula and Sheehouse interviews can be framed as a bomb because both have probably told Art that the Steelers actually need to rebuild, contrary to Art's opinion. Probably. I mean, you're probably not wrong, honestly. 51 run is pretty brutal. It is. It is pretty brutal. Art's opinion that the Steelers should not need to rebuild is why they're not able to get Shula or Sheehouse, which was disappointing to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we really. So I don't know if I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to, I guess, get a rebuild or whatnot, but really, so a lot of the players. Hold on, let's see if I can find it for you. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can find something. Okay. So let's look at who the Steelers are losing this year. All right, Duggar. Yeah, again, pretty old. Thielen's already gone. I mean, obviously, again, it's a lot of people already expiring. I don't really think we bring back a lot of these guys, to be honest with you. I don't see it happening. Thielen, again, he's already gone. Duggar, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. He's going to be 30 years old next year. Again, Rodgers probably. I don't know, Killebrew, he's probably going to be going to Tampa Bay with Danny Smith. Holcomb's already 30 years old. Again, I don't think we retain him. He didn't really play much last year anyway. Gainwell, I mean, we probably do. Pete, again, not really a big deal. Chuck Clark, probably not coming back. Pepper's probably not coming back. MVS probably not coming back. So, yeah, again, it's an aging roster, but I already think we're going to replace these guys anyway, to be honest with you. And, of course, as far as the older people that aren't on this list, which would probably just be Cameron Hayward and T.J. Watt. I mean, I'm in favor of moving off of them anyway, myself. T.J. Watt, I mean, I would be okay with him leaving, especially if Herbig is going to be demanding a trade because he wants to play, and I don't blame him. Herbig's great. Herbig's better than T.J. Watt at this point. So I would definitely go ahead and trade T.J. And then for Cam Hayward, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's... I don't know. I don't think we're as far away from competing or just rebuilding the roster and getting younger as you think. Because, again, I think we're losing a lot of the older players anyway. Rebuild does not equate to me as tanking, but more like playing younger guys to clear out cap space and get some experience. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think we're probably on the same page there. But like I said, again, some of those guys I don't think are coming back anyway. A lot of them, in fact, I don't think so. And, you know, I think we'll get a lot of a lot of questions answered for me this offseason with how much Khan, what he does. Because I personally believe that Tomlin had a lot of influence in constructing the team. I don't really think Khan had full power. I don't think he did. I think he had less power than Tomlin on a lot of roster decisions. So we'll see, again, depending. If my theory is correct, I think we're going to see a lot of those guys that are hitting free agency gone. I think we're going to be, again, looking at a fresh look for a lot of depth and possibly starters. But like I said, again, ideally, if someone wants to take on the T.J. Watt contract, gladly take him off our hands. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You got cookies and ice. Trade TJ for a receiver. I don't really know if the market for TJ is going to be high. I really don't. I'm kind of, I would have liked to see him traded before the season started, to be honest with you. I even actually said that too. I'm like, well, hey, if someone wants to give us a first for TJ Watt, great. Now we're not going to get a first for him. I'd be surprised we got a second. I would be surprised we got a third. So it's probably looking at a day 3 pick just to clear off that space because, again, he's a declining player. But had we traded him literally, 8 months ago, we're probably looking at a first-round pick this year that we would have had. And, unfortunately, it just didn't happen. We have 12 draft picks based on comp picks. So roster-wise, we're in transition. Yeah, no, for sure. I think, again, we're going to see not a completely different roster, obviously. That's almost impossible in the NFL. But I think we're going to have a lot of new faces, and while keeping a pretty solid core, which I do think there is a somewhat solid core. Again, Porter's great. Highsmith, again, the thing with Highsmith, he's so hot and cold. But, man, when he's hot, he is so good. He really does look like Lamar Woodley out there. He really does. He's really good. I do like Keanu Benton. I do like Harmon. I think we have a solid group. Peyton Wilson, solid. Nick Herbig, I think, and Jack Sawyer. And again, just the fact that we already had, excluding TJ Highsmith, Sawyer, and Herbig. I mean, it made no sense. I mean, you're really trying to make this guy finish in Pittsburgh, which, and I don't know why you'd want to make him a one-helmet guy. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to have him finish there if he knew his role, but he clearly didn't because he wanted a new contract. But, I mean, Steelers' great pass rushers in the past have not all stayed in Pittsburgh the entire time. I don't think Jason Gilden played his entire year in Pittsburgh or entire career. I could be wrong on that. Maybe he did. Joey Porter, I know, didn't. I know Kevin Green. Kevin Green was just a kind of a rental for a few years there in Pittsburgh. Who else? Again, Lamar Woodley, he left as well. Clark Hagan's left. Who am I missing here? James Harrison, I think I may have mentioned him already. I just think it was pretty shocking to see that we caved for TJ. Let's see here. Personally, since developing quarterback was a big thing for Art, I wouldn't hire McCarthy until I interview Clint Kubiak and get his idea for developing quarterback. Exactly. Again, I find it shocking that we didn't give Clint a shot. I really wanted the Seattle Kubiak, which is Clint Kubiak. Clay Kubiak, he's all right, I guess. But I just think what Clint has done in Seattle, knowing for a fact that he's calling the plays, knowing that it's all on him, rather than, of course, Clay Kubiak that has Shanahan there, possibly calling the plays and doing a lot of the work. I don't know why we gave him more of gave him a shot rather than Clint. That was pretty shocking. Even if it's not for Watt, you need receivers. Oh, yeah, for sure. We definitely need receivers, 100%. And I think we'll use some draft capital. Very excited for that. And that's the thing. We've kind of missed on some of the receivers we've drafted in the last few years. So, ideally, we get back on track in getting some of those receivers. Let's go, Mason. Appreciate you, Trisk. Do the wave. I'm not doing the wave, Casey. You can do the wave. You can do the wave yourself. I'm good. Kevin Green was also a wrestler. I didn't even know that. And the first quarter is not the end of the first half. It's the end of the first half. Yeah, it's the end of the half. Sorry, I don't control that. Don't control that. One quarter's been over 5 minutes, this guy. Yeah, no, it's halftime. It is definitely halftime here. Again, Davidson with kind of a potential upset. Again, I don't know if it holds. George Mason has looked like the better team, but the last 5 or so minutes, again, 15-1 run for Davidson to end the half. That was very impressive. Very impressive. Jeez. Trying to knock over everything. Again, appreciate you, Robert, for tuning in. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Again, just kind of hanging out, trying to learn how to call college basketball. Slowly but surely getting there. Going to take a while, though. Going to take a while. But, of course, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, don't hesitate to like and subscribe and get involved with the conversation down below. Again, love chatting with you guys. Again, it is halftime, so have at it. Have at it. Feel free, again, to chat about, talk about the game or talk about sports. I mean, I love talking about sports. Kevin Green was considered to be synonymous to the Steelers' 90s defense. Was pretty fascinating because he only played for 3 years. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people think of him as a Steeler. No, he played for like almost everybody. Played for 4 or 5 teams almost. I know he played for the Rams and Panthers. I don't know. He might have played with the Packers or the Chiefs. I don't know. I probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But, Greg Lloyd, I think Greg Lloyd actually did also stay with the Steelers the entire time. But, of course, that is almost like in the pre-free agency era. In the modern era, we've let go of edge rushers. And, again, I don't know why we're going to make an exception for TJ. Again, I love TJ. Don't get me wrong. I love the guy. He's awesome. He's been awesome. But, paying him that much money was ridiculous. That was a stupid thing. And again, Tomlin pushed for that. Tomlin pushed for that contract openly in the media. So just another... Anyway. How's it going, Chris? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Did the players go to sleep? They did not. Hey, Doctor, I was later. Oh, no, you're good, dude. You're good. You're good, man. Again, you don't have to come in every single time. Tom Grossi got his 1 million subscribers. Yeah, no, I rated to him last night to push it. He already accomplished that in the second half of the game I was doing. How you doing, Dr. Light? Good, I hope. I like you doing the college. Oh, yeah, no, thank you. I enjoy it. I enjoy college basketball. I really do enjoy it. It's fun. It really is. Avoid Lloyd. Was that a nickname for him? That's a good one. For the Steelers to consider Green a Pittsburgh guy despite his short tenure shows how much Green was loved in the city. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, definitely really cool of Tom Grossi to get the 1 million. Man. Don't know if I ever hit that. If I do, I don't think it's sports. I genuinely don't think so. I think that I would have had to start a new channel, and it's going to be more of a, I don't know what type of channel it would be, but I don't think it would be a sports channel. Would love to, though. I actually genuinely think, I don't know. I'd have to see how this year goes. But Chris has raised the expectation. Again, I told Chris, don't think 25K is possible. But, again, because I'm not going to have much growth. I'm not going to have much growth from now until September. So, would I like to hit 10 by then? Yes, September. Yeah, I don't think it happens. I think realistically, 7,500, 8,000. I should be happy with that. I probably will be a little let down, but we'll see. But anywho, yeah, we'll see how I am at the end of the year. But 100K, we'll see. We'll see by 2030 maybe. I don't know. Where the game go? It's still in commercial break, still at halftime. Grossi gave me a shout out. That's nice. Yeah, he mentioned, he gave me an idea because he had mentioned hey, it's because he was talking about some of his history. He reached out to Perner and all that, and now he says it's his duty to, go on other shows. I'm like, that just gave me an idea. What if I have Grossi here? What if I can somehow swing a 1-hour thing with Tom Grossi? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? I don't know what we talk about's the thing. I'd have to think of something like, well, how can I keep this guy entertained for an hour? What do I do? Is it an interview? Or are we just talking football? What do I do? And, of course, I'd have to get Trisk on. Trisk would have to be here because Trisk loves Grossi more than I do. Trisk, again, he prefers to watch Grossi over his own son. That's how much he loves Grossi. So I just need to, I would definitely have to get Trisk on whenever that happens. But I'd have to figure out what would I do? What do I do with Grossi? College basketball, Iowa started 10-0 and now down 10-0. Now they're up 7 points. Nice. You define the spring niche you can call any games. Be the one who does Tiddlywinks. I have no idea what that is. I think in late March you should stream the World Cup playoff matches for the last spots in the tournament. Those high-stakes matches could be a good game. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. I need to practice some soccer. Need to do that. George Mason inbounding here to begin the second half. 34-28 is your score. Going right to left on your YouTube screen, wearing all white. Davidson in all gray. As here is Mincy. Mincy bouncing it around, finding Long on the left side. Bounce pass here to Ellington, as this is Mincy again. Mincy in the paint. Corner three for Sifka. Sifka not able to connect there. That one just short. Rebounded there as Davidson has it. This is Friedrichsen, and now there's an off-the-ball foul. And I believe that's on George Mason. Sifka's had a rough night. Sifka, no points, 0 for 3. He does have a rebound, but definitely a rough night for him. College b-ball isn't like the NBA. It's better, exactly. As here is Davidson again inbounding. This, I believe, is Devin Brown. Devin Brown in the paint. Devin Brown looking for somebody. Finds Sam Brown. Sam Brown beyond the arc. Hands it off to Brown. Sam Brown, that is. Passes inside. Oh, it's intercepted. Intercepted again. Not looking that great tonight. A lot of bad passes. Here is George Mason. This is Long. Passes over. This is Sifka. Sifka looking around. Finds Long yet again. Looking down the right side. I believe this is Troutman. Troutman to Long. Long looking around. As he takes it inside, there's a foul off the ball, and the guilty party is Devin Brown. That'll reset. You're a bit off on Love. I watch you over anyone, but I still support the other sport. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. For sure. For sure. I'm just teasing, of course. Italy and involved with those playoffs. They haven't qualified yet. Wow, that's crazy. And Italy hasn't been in the World Cup in forever. And they're a powerhouse. Inbounding there for George Mason as he inbounds it there. This is Mincy with it. Mincy taking his way inside. Finds a bounce pass on the corner. Long taking his way in the paint. Lays it off the rim. And one. He gets the bucket and will head to the line to complete the three-point play. International games can be a hidden gem if you can reach India or China. Potentially $2.5 billion. Well, the thing is, again, I'm sure with the World Cup, I'm sure there'll be other streamers worldwide that'll also be doing it. But yes, I do hear what you guys are saying. As there is Davidson again. He did complete it. 31-34 is your score. As this is Friedrichsen beyond the arc. Bounce pass here to Scovins. Scovins bouncing his way in. Ellington on the coverage. Scovins just lays it up. Plateau with the rebound because that was no good. This is Brown. Brown jump shot. Mid-range jumper. That one no good. That one's rebounded there by Troutman taking it down the left side. George Mason trying to tie the game. And there is a foul, I believe, on Davidson. That was on Koval. I was saying Koval earlier, which kind of sounds cool, but no, doesn't sound like the Mortal Kombat character. This is indeed Koval. 34-31. Here is the inbound there. This is Mincy. Mincy to tie the game. He does! Good shot there by Mincy. 34-34. Again, another football score. Gonna miss seeing that. As here is Koval. Koval trying to find someone. Plateau fakes the three. Pump fake there. This is Brown. Brown to Plateau. Plateau to Scovins. Scovins driving his way inside. Bounce pass outside to Brown for a deep three. That one in and out. Berger rebounded there by George Mason. This is Mincy. Mincy with it. Mincy floating it his way inside. Ellington. Hook shot. That one is good. And George Mason has taken the lead. An 8-0 run to start the second half is Koval with the deep three. That one's short. Not a good shot there. George Mason playing fast, loose, as he drives the lane, lays it in. Nothing but nets. 38-34 as Davidson not looking sharp to start the second half. George Mason with a 10-0 run, making the game 38-34. Again, another football score. Very nice. A lot of subscribers. Yeah, possibly. Again, we'll see. I think it'd be a good idea. I mean, I need to give it a shot. I think that's something I can do. Give it a shot. Soccer is a flavor and favorites that even the NFL and college football can't compare. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You're hands down the best play-by-play guy. Just need to learn the other sports. Basketball's coming along good. This game sounds exciting. Yeah, no, it is. It's a pretty fun game. Pretty fun game. The Murray-Drake game was also pretty good. Drake with the upset in that one. But, yeah, that was fun. I just hope I pick games that are close. Army-Navy was kind of one-sided. You'll cheer for George Mason because you like green. There you go. George Mason with Packer College. Honestly, I'm not even lying, Chris. When I made the thumbnail earlier, I'm like, I thought of you just because of the green and yellow. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. But, yeah. Yeah, man, I'm going to... Like I said, I'm already missing the NFL. Just missing the week-to-week. Like, oh, man, what happened in the whatever game, you know? Just, it's gone. Nice In-N-Out burger for the roll around. Stolen, but that's okay. Yep, I stole that one from Trisk. Trisk with the In-N-Out burger call. As he would say that whenever we'd be playing basketball. Many, many years ago. Many years ago. Jeez, yeah, that's been a long time. But yeah, again, thanks for hanging out. Again, commercial break here. George Mason up by 4. They were, again, down at the half, 34-28, but now have flipped the script a little bit with a 10-0 run to start the second half. Again, 38-34 is your score. As we're just waiting for us to get back into this one. Since 89, listening to football, soccer, my kids and I watched all the FIFA World Cup. Soccer's one of the kind sport. Went to Houston Dynamo. Oh, nice. Houston Dynamo. I'd like to go to an MLS game. I thought about it because, yeah, Houston Dynamo about 3 hours away from here. And, yeah, definitely would be pretty cool to go. I also want to see Messi at the same time, but the tickets are so expensive. If Messi comes to town, it'd be cheaper to go to Florida to watch Messi. It really would be. Crazy to think about. All right, we're back here again, 38-34. Davidson needs to find that form they had at the end of the second half because George Mason seems to have stolen it. I guess they're like the skill and have applied it to their own. As Davidson ready to inbound. Looks like George Mason with a little bit of a press, a light press, not really a serious press. As they're giving him plenty of space. This is Koval bringing it down up the court here as this is now Brown. Brown to Scovins. Scovins to Blums. Blums trying to find something. Finds Scovins underneath. As now he starts bouncing the ball. Oh, an offense. Oh, he just plowed over him. Gets the buckets. I don't know if he was selling it, but man, it looked like he really took a shot there. 36-38 is your score. As here is Ellington. Ellington looking around. This is Sifka. Sifka getting a lot of playing time today as he's trying to motion. Floats his way inside of Ellington. Off the glass. Doesn't get the bucket, but he gets the foul, so he will head the line for 2. Like number Deuce Staley. Nice. Good thing about soccer and the flow of the game is organic and it crosses over. Demographics, NFL college football doesn't do that. Yeah, no, I would agree. You have some other things to do. Heading home tomorrow evening. Doctor's appointment on Friday. Gotcha. All right, he will head the line for 2. He misses the first, so Ellington unable to hit that one. Balanced scoring tonight. Long with 10, Mincy with 9, Ellington with 7, Hill and Conga with 6 each. As there is the second. Gets the second. As it still remains a 1-bucket game, 39-36. A very high-scoring football game here. George Mason. Anyway, here is Davidson bringing up the court. This is Brown. This is Sam Brown. Finds... Actually, I don't know who that was. That was Logan. This is back over to Koval. Koval looking around. Koval finds Blums. Blums with it. Finds Brown to Scovins. Scovins to Blums. Blums heavily covered. Scovins pump fakes. Drives it inside. It's stolen away. Sifka has it. Hands it off to Mincy. Mincy bringing up the court. Passing over to his right. That is Long to Sifka. to Mincy. Mincy with it. Blums is holding him. Finds Sivka. Sivka over there to Hill. Oh, pardon me, that is Long. Long over there. This is back to Mincy. Mincy. Heavy defense. Troutman with the 3. That one off the mark. Rebounded there by Scovins. Pardon my voice. As this is Brown. Brown there to Logan. Logan to Blums. Blums looking around as he drives it inside in the paint. Just throws it up there. That one rebounded by George Mason. Mincy comes away with it. As Mincy working his way fast, driving inside in the paint, lays it up, and that one's no problem for Mincy. 41-36. Euro score 15 minutes and counting. This is Logan. Logan over there to Koval. Koval looking around, finds Blums. Blums to Brown. Sam Brown, that is. Scovins. Scovins to Koval. Koval to Logan. Logan to Scovins. Scovins driving inside. Puts it up, but I believe he was fouled. That is going to be on Ellington. And it looks like we're going to take another commercial break. 41-36. As George Mason again clearly dominating this half. 13 points to 2 to start the second half. Mincy with 11 points. Scovins with 9. Long leading in rebounds for George Mason with 4. Scovins also leading in rebounds for Davidson with 4. And then assist Mincy with 5. Koval with 3. Glad to hear some soccer fans here in the chat. If DC United was a bit better, you would have more in tune with the MLS. Gotcha. Shout out from San Diego. Appreciate you, Eduardo, for tuning in, man. From San Diego. Yeah, we're just calling a game. Just kind of, again, getting ready. Learning how to call basketball. Slowly but surely getting there. Live in Michigan, but you still like your Dynamo. Gotcha. Yeah, no. MLS, yeah, don't really watch too much. But definitely, I did enjoy it for a few years. I'd watch it, I guess, every now and then. It was on NBC, I think. Like, they would have a game, like, once a week, I think. Kind of like the Premier League does. That was really all I did with MLS, and now I think it's on Fox or something like that. Of course, you have the Apple TV thing or whatnot. And I feel bad. I actually bought a season pass of that, I think last year or 2 years, maybe it was this year. I can't remember, and I didn't watch a single game because I started doing this. So, yeah, I guess it was last year. Never got to watch an MLS one. And I didn't call a game, so I couldn't write it off, or I can't write it off. Oh, well. Like the fact that the NFL, Burn City, San Diego, and St. Louis have MLS franchises. Yeah, I mean, MLS will take advantage if the NFL doesn't want those markets for some reason. Still somewhat annoyed with no St. Louis Rams or San Diego Chargers. But, oh well. We're back here again. George Mason leading 41-36, 14:45 left to go here in the second half. All right, Davidson inbounding underneath their own basket. This is Logan. Logan with it. He finds Koval. Koval to Greer. Greer inside. This is Logan. Logan pounding his way inside. Lays it off the glass, and it's in. Making it a one-bucket game, 41-38. As this is Hill. Hill with it now. Finds Sivka. Sivka to Konga. Konga looking around. He hands it off to Hill. As Hill, again, beyond the arc. Oh, Mincy falls down. Passes it back to Hill. Mincy appears to be okay. Pass over there to his right side. Can't quite see. I believe this is Long. Long with the long 3. That one's no good. Rebounded there by Sivka, who loses. No, he does pass it to Mincy. Mincy passes inside, and that one is swatted away. Out of bounds. Good stuff there by Hill. But no dice there, but it will remain with George Mason. Logan there with the block. Nice block. Still miss the Chargers of San Diego. Me too. George Mason inbounding underneath their own basket as he floats it inside. And Conga comes away with it, and now there's a foul. And it's going to be a foul on Logan. The Davidson coach looking around. He's like, all right, you know what? Come over here. Let's take out Logan. Logan, I believe, with 3 fouls, so he will head out. Evening, how's it going, Orville? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. George Mason inbounding underneath their own basket as he finds. That is Long with it, and as he is working his way inside. I should say the center as he passes to Hill. Hill inside the paint. Sifka, corner 3. That one, no good. His shots today have not been that great. Conga now with it. It's a 2-on-1. Poked away, but he's fouled. And Blum's the guilty party there. Blum's, that's his second foul of the game. Looks like, yeah, Blum's hit him in the face. Yeah, can't do that. No bueno. How's everyone? Everyone's doing all right, I would say. Again, thank you guys all for hanging out. George Mason once again inbounding underneath their own basket. Finds Sifka. Sifka passes inside. Finds Hill. Oh, and he turns it over. Roberts with the steal. That is Koval. Koval now with it. Left to right on your YouTube screen. Koval with the 3 to tie. That one too short. Rebounded there by Mincy. Mincy bringing it up right to left. Mincy looking around. He takes it inside. Jump shot mid-range. That one, no problem for Mincy. 43 to 38. 13 minutes left to go in this one as Koval takes it up the court. Heavy defense there by Mincy. Mincy with a lot of energy. This is Roberts. Roberts hands it off to Blums. Blums taking his way inside. Trying to get it stolen away, but no, lays off the glass. That one, nice shots. 43-40, 3-point game with 12:43 left to go. As I believe this is Long. Long passes to Hill. Hill with it. Oh, loses the ball. Koval steals it away. And looks like it's going to be with Greer now. Finds Greer. Greer to Blums. Blums with the 3. That one's good. He ties it up. Blums ties it up. 43-43, Troy Polamalu to Troy Polamalu. The score bug is messed up, though. Says 46-40 for some reason, but that is not accurate. Hill finds Long. Long with it. This is Sifka. Sifka finds Hill. Hill looking around. He finds Conga. Conga again at the top of the arc. Finds Mincy. Mincy, wide open 3. That one is no problem for Mincy. He is just so good. As he finds the lead for George Mason once again, 46-43. Here is Brown. Brown finds, let's see, who is that? I can't tell you. That is Adam. Adam to Blums. Blums, heavy defense from Mincy. Mincy all over him. Finds Brown in the corner. Or is that Koval? Koval, no, it's Koval with the deep 3. That one is no good. Roberts had it, but then loses control as it goes out of bounds. And George Mason will have the ball yet again. I don't know if this is going to be commercial timeout. It will be 46-43. George Mason leading by 3, and they will have the ball whenever we do come back. All right, what do we got here? Remember we lived in Texas when the Houston Oilers went to Tennessee. Man, that must have been rough. Must have been rough. Don't forget to smash the like button. Helps out a lot. Thank you, Orville. Appreciate you, man. Was really young when the Oilers moved away from Houston. Yeah, I have no recollection either. Again, I was born in 96, so they were already, I believe, in Tennessee at that point. They were already there. I can't remember. Was it 93, 94? I actually don't recall. I'm going to just Google it for the knowledge. 96. Oh, wow. Thought it was earlier. Well, dang. Just looking up some history here. Final years in Houston. Yeah. So I was alive with the Houston Oilers. Okay, that's pretty cool. Interesting. All right, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Hanging out for this one again. Pretty good game. George Mason, 46. Davidson, 43. George Mason favored by 7.5. Right now, I mean, that looks like a pretty good line because it's a close game. Pretty solid game. Very solid game. Let's see here. Do you remember the Oilers, Houston, or Steelers rivalry? Yeah. No, I never got to see any of that. You forgot to remove the response and description. I don't know what that would be. Remember watching Warren Moon on the Oilers when I was little. Nice. Yeah, I never got to see him. Never got to see him play. Loved watching Warren Moon. Yeah, no, everyone talks highly of Warren Moon. I don't think I've ever seen like anybody say, yeah, Moon was trash. No one has ever said it. Everyone says this guy was great. Apparently he was. Does have pretty good stats. I'd have to, I don't think I've ever watched, I need to watch an NFL throwback with Warren Moon. I need to do that. Because they always, again, they have old condensed games of about 20 minutes long, and I need to watch one. George Mason inbounding here again, 11:15 to go. As this is Long with the ball. Long with it, he finds Conga. Conga finding Mincy. Again, 46-43 is your score. As this is Troutman. Troutman with it. Back to Conga. Conga back to Hill. Hill trying to find someone underneath. That is not going to happen as he kicks it back out to Mincy. Mincy with the three in his face. He has no problem with that. 49-43. 6-point game as here is Koval. Koval playing fast. Now he's going to slow it down. As Koval finds Greer. Greer trying to find some space. Finds Blums. Blums again beyond the arc. As he finds Adam. Adam looking around. He finds Greer. Greer to Blums. Looks like they're really trying to find some space for a three here, but they have just been clamped down on this possession. This is Koval driving inside. He's got 3 seconds. Finds Roberts. Roberts has got to put it up, and he cannot. A shot clock violation, and that's a turnover. George Mason ball. Davidson's coach like, hey, you got to know the situation. Billy White Shoes Johnson, not familiar with him. From what I've heard, Moon was in the same league as Kelly, Elway, and Marino. Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, I would not know. As there is George Mason here. This is Troutman. Troutman to Hill. Hill finds Long. Long back to Hill. Hill to Mincy. Mincy over there on the right side. I believe that is Long. Long back to Mincy again. Finds it inside to Conga. Conga kicks it out. This is Long driving inside. That one's batted away. And Davidson will have the ball with just less than 10 minutes to go. This is Blums. Blums looking around. He finds Brown. That is Devin Brown. As Devin Brown with it. Driving inside. Lays it off the glass. That one is good. Nice work there to make it a 4-point game. 49-45. Here is George Mason bringing up the court. This is Troutman. Troutman back over to Long. Back to Troutman. Back to Mincy. Mincy here to Hill. And, he turns it over. I believe that was Long, actually, with the ball. And he, with a wild pass out of bounds. And the George Mason coach, he's like, what in the world was that? Let's go ahead and take him out of the game. As he's going to go ahead and initiate a sub. Same thing with Davidson. So some switching here for both teams. Again, a 4-point game with 9:15 left to go. Here is Davidson and Koval. As Koval brings it up the court as he finds, couldn't tell you that is, I have no idea, but I can tell you there was a foul. Who was that? That's Logan. That's right. As soon as I memorized the names, we're good, but it does take me a while. It's like Logan was contacted. Ooh, yeah, no, he's trying to hand the ball off, but wasn't really allowed to. So a foul there on George Mason as Davidson will inbound there on the near side as Koval's going to take a breather. Blum's inbounding. He finds Sam Brown As Sam Brown takes it inside, trying to find Devin Brown. He does. Brown to Brown. This is Devin Brown looking, spinning around. Passes to Adam for a three, but there's a foul, and it's going to be against Davidson. And George Mason will have the ball. So I guess an off-the-ball foul there because there's nothing there. Looks like it was a 3-second violation there on Sean Logan. Steelers always cheated to get the win. What in the copium am I watching in the chat right now? All right, this is George Mason here again. 4-point lead. 9 minutes to go. This is Conga. Conga hands it off there. This is Hill. Hill looking. Finds Mincy. Mincy passes outside. Corner three. That one's too short. Rebounded there by Troutman, who throws it away. He was trying to find his teammate there. Trying to see who that was. I couldn't quite tell who shot the three. I believe that was Presley. That's what I'm seeing here, but I could be wrong. All right, Davidson will inbound again on the near side. I got a 4-point game here, 8:36 left to go. George Mason leading by 4. Again, Davidson led at the half, 34-28. And then George Mason with a 10-0 run to begin the second half. And it's pretty much been back and forth ever since. As there's a three. That one off the mark. Davidson with the rebound, but he loses control as it goes. Oh, it goes off George Mason. Really? I didn't see where that happened. George Mason coach can't believe it. Neither can I. I like to see a replay if possible. George Mason fans, they have their hands up. They can't believe it. I am pretty shocked. Off the rim. Oh, I don't know. There's a bat. Tries to save it off the George Mason defender, but I don't know. I thought it hit him on the ground. I guess the referee didn't see it. As inbounding underneath their own basket, this is Adam. Adam hands it off to Devin Brown. Finds Adam again. Adam working his way inside. Finds Devin Brown on the outside. As Devin Brown takes it inside. And there's a foul on George Mason. Hill with the foul. That is his second. Watch a lot of old Steelers, other games, boxing, other sports on YouTube back in 1915. Oh, wow. The Steelers have never cheated. Look at that. We don't cheat. We're just so good. All right, again, Davidson inbounding underneath their own basket. This is Scovin. Scovin's finding Sam Brown. This is Blums. Blums with it beyond the arc, working his way inside. Step back, passes over to Scovin. Scovin's to Brown. Brown with the three. That one's too strong. Rebounded. Oh, and he loses control, and he hits it out of bounds. Oh, Conga was wide open. I mean, he had it, and then for some reason just couldn't have control. And lost control of it as it squirts out of bounds, trying to save it. Mincy was over there like, what in the world are you doing? There was no one around you. No reason to panic. Commercial break. George Mason leading 49-45 with 7:53 to go in this one. Pretty solid game. Pretty solid game. Yeah, I'm not much of a boxing guy, so yeah, you guys will know a lot more than me. You like watching Dan Fouts games? Yeah, my dad loves Dan Fouts. Oh my gosh, Trisk is a big Dan Fouts guy. I don't really know much about him, before my time, but I just remember. I don't know. I guess I'd have to watch more of his stuff. Because I just know everyone. I mean, like whenever I was growing up, like everyone, a lot of the older crowd would say, "Oh, Dan Fouts so good." And I guess that always bothered me. It's like, well, he never won anything, never got to a Super Bowl, and obviously that doesn't mean anything, right? Because I mean, you can be a great quarterback, not go to the Super Bowl. Phillip Rivers, of course, right? Phillip Rivers, a great quarterback, but never got to a Super Bowl. But I don't know. It always just bothered me as a kid, like being, for some reason, I guess I encountered so many older people that swore up and down that Dan Fouts was a great quarterback, like elite quarterback, like possibly the best in the game, and I guess that rubbed me the wrong way. Chargers quarterback, yep. Don't miss Dan Fouts on the Broad. I like Dan Fouts. I thought Dan Fouts was pretty solid. I miss Cyan Eagle and Dan Fouts. To me, that was a pretty good combo. I thought he did a good job. And then I missed Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. Then, of course, I like Tony Romo. Tony Romo, when he first came on, then I really do think CBS told him to, like, hey, stop predicting the play because, I don't know. They ruined Tony Romo. Now he just brings up Mahomes and Allen all the time. Anyway, we're back here. I can save that for another time as Blum's going to be inbounding underneath their own basket here for Davidson. Again, 49-45. George Mason leading. Davidson with the ball. This is Scovins. Scovins passes to Blums. Blums with the three. And that one's too short. Rebounded there by Mincy of George Mason. George Mason now bringing it up right to left. This is Long. Long bouncing it inside. This is Ellington. Ellington looking around as this is to Mincy. Mincy almost had it stolen away as Sam Brown is on defense, on the coverage of Mincy. Setting the pick and roll. He does not roll. He backs up. Mincy trying to make him miss. Trying to make him look foolish. Mincy falls down. It's stolen away by Brown. Brown with it. Passes corner three to Devin Brown. That one no good. Rebounded by Mincy. Just over 7 minutes to go. Here's some pretty interesting action here. George Mason with no points in the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds. No points there. So they got to get something going here because Davidson's slowly coming back. As this is Long. Long finding Mincy. Mincy finding Conga underneath. Conga trying to fight forward. Lays it off the glass. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up again. It's swatted away. Good defense by Davidson as... Who is this? This is Devin Brown bringing it up the court. No, Sam Brown, pardon me. Sam Brown with it. Sam Brown to Blums. Blums back over. I believe that is Logan. Logan to Devin Brown. Devin Brown trying to find somebody open. Finds Blums. Blums taking his way inside. Blums spinning around. And he shoots. It's good, but they're going to call a travel. And Blums not looking pretty happy, though. You really can't tell. He's got a mask on, so I don't know. Maybe he's fine with it. Steelers denied Bum in the Oilers' late 70s. They did. Chargers Miami O-time game was insane. Receivers, I wouldn't know. It was go to quarterback. Yeah, a lot of people say that about Dan Fouts. As here comes Long up the court, finds Ellington. Ellington over there to Hill. Hill looking around, finds Mincy. Mincy, oh, it's blocked! His three-point shot was blocked. As now this is Sam Brown. Sam Brown with it. As he finds Koval. Koval to Devin Brown. Devin Brown finds Scovins. Scovins over there to Sam Brown. Sam Brown working his way inside, spinning around in the paint. Spins, shoots. That one too short. Rebounded there by George Mason. As George Mason trying to get some points here. Again, no points, and now over 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes now. As this is Sifka. Sifka over there to Long. Long again on the left side, beyond the arc, trying to find a teammate, finds a Mincy. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Mincy. Devin Brown, the freshman on Mincy. Mincy passes it inside, passes it, thrown away by Devin Brown. Devin Brown now with it down the right side. As he's going to take it to the basket, now spinning around, taking it outside, finds Sam Brown. Sam Brown looking for a teammate. Oh, and it's stolen away by George Mason, and he slams it home, ending the long drought there as George Mason back up by 6 with 4:51 left to go, and looks like that's going to be a commercial timeout. 51-45 with just under 5 to go. George Mason up by 6. Not a lot of people miss Phil Simms. I like Chris Simms on YouTube. Yeah, no, I guess I like the broadcasters that nobody likes, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I liked Phil Simms. Chris Simms is okay. Chris Simms I find okay. I don't know. I feel like he'll flip-flop. I don't know. I feel like he won't stick to his take. Or maybe, I think it's more to do so I remember, like, he interviewed, like, Ben, like, later in his career, and he, like, oh, to Ben's face, he's like, oh, dude, you're, like, still great, blah, 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 blah. And then I think, like, he did, like, his top quarterback list and had Ben, like, all the way down, like, near the bottom. I'm like, this guy, you just lied to his face. I don't know. I think that also didn't sit well with me. You're resting on points, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I try. Have a Chris Sims Topps Prospects rookie card, among others. Pretty sure I have a Phil Sims rookie card also, I bet. I bet you do. You have a lot of cards. Now we're back again, 51-45, a pretty low-scoring game. Pretty low-scoring game. Again, both teams have struggled to shoot the ball in runs there, or like runs of no scoring. The anti-runs, I don't know, walks, I guess. No idea. Anyway, 45-51, Davidson with the ball. This is Mintz. No, pardon me, it's not Mintz. This is obviously Koval over there. This is Devin Brown. Devin Brown trying to shake and bake, working his way inside. Two men greet him. Passes it outside to Scovin. Scovin sliced off the glass. That one's no good. Rebounded there by George Mason as Mincy floats it over. I believe this is Hill. Or probably no, it's Long with it. Long working his way down the right side. Finds Sivka. Sivka there to Mincy. Mincy with it. Finds Hill. Hill to Ellington. They're just kind of draining the clock. Hill working his way inside in the paint. Lays it off the glass. That one is good. 53-45. 8-point game. Koval drive it inside. There's a foul on George Mason. Mincy pleading his case to the referee that was clean. But Mincy doesn't, I mean, he's not liking his, it's not liking the call there. Another commercial break, 53-45. 8-point game. George Mason slowly pulling away. Can Davidson answer back? They only have 4 minutes to do so. And thank you, Miss Tammy. Appreciate it. Solid stream tonight. Thank you, George. I try. Again, it's just really, if I can get the names, we're good. That's really all it is. Doc doing the Super Bowl? Yes. You know I'll be doing the Super Bowl. Sims interview with Ben during the 2019 preseason month or so. Ben had the elbow surgery. Yeah, that's what it was. And I don't know. I just didn't like that he still had him pretty low. Like, again, just felt like it was all like praise to his face. But then, you know, on the rankings, no bueno. But yeah, it wasn't really. Yeah, I don't know. And again, that's after 2018. Ben threw for 5,000 yards. That's what bothers me with a lot of people. That, you know, this want to hate on Ben just because, you know, he had 5,000 yards that year, 34 touchdowns. I mean, he was still very good, and people still say he was washed that year. Obviously, 2019 he's hurt. Then he comes back in 2020, and people still think that he was terrible. He threw for 33 touchdowns, threw for I think 3,700 yards or around that area. I don't remember. I mean, he was still solid. He crash landed at the end, of course. That cannot be denied. But it was still a top quarterback that year. But people will push whatever they want to do because they don't like somebody. Yeah, that was a bummer. Again, we're in commercial timeout if you're wondering. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, a pretty solid game here, an 8-point game. How's it going, Chance? Chance with the touchdown turkey. I think he might have put Ben down list post-surgery. I'd have to look at that. I don't know. I'd have to see what he said. I think he does a little preview. I had to look back at an old video. But yeah, Chris Sims, he's okay. Again, I'm not really a fan of Florio, and I know he works with Florio a lot. I do watch Florio. I mean, it's not like I completely disregard anything he says. I still watch Florio, or his YouTube stuff anyway, with Pro Football Talk. But, yeah, Florio, I don't know. Seems like he has something against the Steelers, always does. Anyway, this is Brown, hands it off to Roberts, who hands it off to Koval. Again, an 8-point game. George Mason leading by 8 as Davidson trying to work themselves back into it as he passes to Devin Brown in the corner. He finds Scovins at the top as he passes to Fredrickson. Fredrickson's shot is too short. Rebounded there by Roberts. This is Brown. Passes to Koval. Koval working his way inside to Fredrickson. Fredrickson, has it taken away. But then it's going out of bounds. It's going to be Davidson ball. Again, 3:22 left to go. Davidson not with a lot of time left. They got to get something going, or this game is over. How did Belichick not make the first ballot? I know, it's absolutely garbage. It is. Florio has something against Rodgers. Yeah, no, for sure. Florio does not like Rodgers. As Davidson's going to inbound it there. This is Blums. Blums with Brown. Devin Brown taking his way inside. He's in the paint, trying to elbow fadeaway jumper. That one too strong. The ball's up in the air. They're playing volleyball. And now it's rebounded by Ellington, who secures it and passes to Long. Long now bringing it up the court slowly again. Kind of taking their time. It's an 8-point game, but in what has been a low-scoring game, it may as well be a 15-point game, as they're just passing it amongst each other. This is Hill to Mincy. Mincy, step back three. That one is too strong. Rebounded by George Mason. Ellington has it stripped away. I believe it's a jump ball. They're going to call it jump ball there. And Hill doesn't like it, so I guess it's going to be Davidson ball. Blums has his shoe come off. I know he's quite deflated. Yeah, Trisk. Because he was only giving Brady, that could have hurt him. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that matters. I mean, you're good. I mean, again, there's a lot of coaches that were only good with certain quarterbacks. I mean, again, Chuck Noll. He had Terry Bradshaw. There's really just, I don't know. I'd have to actually think about it. Andy Reid only won with Mahomes. He didn't actually finish the job with McNabb or anything like that. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. But there's a lot of coaches that were only good if you had a great quarterback. I mean, Jimmy Johnson with Troy Aikman. There's another one. Anyway, here is Davidson. As, again, it's an 8-point game down with 2:30 left to go. Finds Blums. Blums at the top of the arc. Blums trying to find a teammate. Finds Koval. Bounce pass inside. Lays it off the glass. Too strong. Rebounded there. Devin Brown puts it up, but there's a foul, I believe, before the shot. So it won't count. I don't know what is going to happen. Looks like Scovins is going to head to the line. Scovins with 9 points. Again, he was heavily involved in the first half, but hasn't really done much here in the second. Has been on the sideline, it feels like, for most of the second half. Would have liked to have been a spy on the wall in the room, this guy. He makes the first. This guy has me. That's wow. Anyway, 7-point game here, 2:17. He makes the first one. Scovins is a 64% free throw shooter, 1 for 1 on the night. Now he misses the second, but it's rebounded by Scovins. Scovins hands it to Blums. Back to Scovins. Scovins to Brown. Devin Brown, as he's trying to find something, lays it up. That one's no good. Devin Brown gets his own rebound. Passes outside. Oh, it's thrown away. George Mason with it. This is Long. It's going to slow it down. 2 minutes and counting. 7-point game. At least 3 baskets. At least 3 baskets here for George Mason. As far as their advantage here, is this is Hill. Hill bounces it on to Sifka. Sifka slams it home. I believe that's his first points of the game again. Sifka's had a terrible night, to be honest with you. But anyway, here's Koval. Koval here to Adam. Adam trying to find somebody. Finds Blums underneath. Jacks it up. That one, no problem. 1:28 left to go. As looks like there's going to be a timeout by Davidson. 55-48 with 1:28 left to go in this one. Goku. Who's Goku? Oh, Goku's not here. Joe Gibbs won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks. Joe Gibbs is pretty good. Yeah, for sure. People just don't like him. Yeah, no, people just don't like him. The Super Bowl, this guy. I don't know. I'd have to really, I don't know. What do we got here? Vince Lombardi. Obviously, I don't know if he won any NFL championships without Bart Starr, but there's that. Think of it in order. Tom Landry. I think Tom Landry won. Did he win one with Craig Morton or whatever? Or no, did they lose? I think it was just Staubach. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to, yeah, I don't know. So I think it might have just been Staubach. He may have won one more. I'm not too sure. Then there's Noel with Bradshaw. Walsh won one with 2 with Montana and Young, but, No, Walsh only won with 1. He only won one with Montana. Wasn't there another coach of the 49ers? I can't remember. Anyway, we're back in this one, 55-48, as Mincy trying to drain the clock. 1:17 and counting. It's a 7-point game. The spread, by the way, 7.5. So this is very interesting. As he hands it off, this is Mincy again with it. Mincy to Hill. Hill going to slam it home. He's fouled. And he will head to the line for 2. 24-second clock maybe coming to Texas high schools next year. That'd be good. John Harbaugh with Flacco. Yeah, Flacco's not really a great quarterback. Or that might be your point. I don't know. Coach Seifert, okay. I think you're talking about the 49ers coach. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just saying, I think, yeah, I totally hear you, Chris, as he makes the first, but I think that's a pretty weak argument. And that's just, again, I think that's social media. That's social media that is, turning memes into facts, which obviously those aren't facts. They're just jokes that people, I remember the whole Eli thing. I remember Eli, he was always joked about as being elite. And then people actually believed the memes. They treated the memes as facts. Same thing with Flacco for a little bit there. As there is the second bucket, 57-48, 1:05 left to go. As Davidson, they got to push it. They got to push it now. Koval hands it off to Blums. Blums to Brown. Brown going to work his way inside, driving the lane. He's fouled. And he will head to the line for 2. Again, 54 seconds left to go in this one. Harbaugh was able to win it with elite Joe Flacco. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. The elite Joe Flacco. I don't know. Again, it's just, I think Belichick is still should be considered the greatest coach, whether you agree or disagree. I think he is. I would who else would I rather have? I don't know. There's really no one you'd really want. Missed the first, gets the second, 57-49. Regardless, again, 8 rings. Obviously, all that dominance with the Patriots. Couldn't tell you how many AFC championships he went to and won. Won some as an assistant. It's part of why he has 8, not just the 6. As George Mason going to play keep away here, and Hill is going to lay it off, but that one is blocked. And George Mason saying, no, that wasn't blocked. That was actually off the glass. But it looks like they're not going to review it. Joe's is saying, no, review that, please. Oh, that actually went off George Mason. Okay, didn't go off the glass. They're saying it. Yeah, no, flat out went off. Can you even challenge in basketball? I heard challenge. Brian Billick with Trent Dilfer, yeah. Yep. So I guess they are going to challenge. I didn't realize you could challenge. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting here. Again, Davidson definitely needs this, or else this game probably going to be over. Again, it's an 8-point game with 44 seconds left. Again, thanks, guys, for hanging out. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. And again, yeah, no, it definitely went off him. Oh, my gosh, that's so clear and obvious. He swiped it down. He swatted it out of bounds. He literally brought it down. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. The referee was right there in position to make the call, but he, I guess, ready to go home. But again, the goal is to try to call a game tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be college basketball or hockey. Friday, again, some college basketball. And then Saturday, doing the Senior Bowl. Hopefully that's pretty fun. And then, yeah, I don't know. Sunday, I don't know what's on Sunday. What is on Sunday? Got to get something on Sunday. There's no Penguins game. Oh, I'm gonna go see. I was gonna see a movie Sunday. That's right. I can't do it. Maybe I call a game later that night, or maybe I stream on Twitch. I don't know. We'll be streaming on Twitch for a little bit right after this game. So, if you're interested in that, make sure again to head over there. Be about 10-15 minutes. Again, you don't have to. It's not a big deal. It's just more for fun, honestly. Looks like Davidson wins the challenge. I didn't realize, again, challenges were a thing. That's pretty cool. Champions League tomorrow. I could. I don't know. I saw it would be Aston Villa. I think it's Aston Villa on... I was looking at it. Yeah, Aston Villa and Salzburg. I'll think about it. I'm not too sure. As Davidson with the ball, that's going to be swatted out of bounds, and it will retain with Davidson. The possession will retain with Davidson with 38 seconds left. Again, this game winding to its conclusion as Davidson will inbound underneath their own baskets. As Brown inbounds here, this is Blums. Blums with a shot. That one too strong. Rebounded there by Conga. Conga hands it off to Mincy. Mincy slips. Bounce pass there to Hill. Hill is not found. Mincy there finding. Oh, now he's flat out tackled as Hill was again fouled. It looks like he will head to the line for two. They took way too long there. I don't even know why you even bother at this point. 8 seconds. 8 seconds left. Or 8 seconds. 8 points with 24 seconds. I did not know that Mariucci was a GM before the 49ers coach. I didn't know that either. Steve Mariucci. Interesting. What movie are you going to see? We're going to go see The Iron Lung. I hope it's not as gross and all that as it's supposed to be. But to support Markiplier, we're gonna do that. The wife and I. UVA basketball game on Saturday. Yeah, again, I don't know. It just depends on what's happening. Again, I'm doing the Senior Bowl. I just realized I still had that on. My bad. So he made the first here in this one to make it a 10-point game. He does 59-49 as Roberts looking to find somebody to inbound to. This is Colville. 23 seconds. 22, 21. He just jacks up a three. That one too strong. Going to be saved by Scovins. Scovins finds Blums. Blums with a three. That one's good. Oh, it bounces in. And, well, I guess it makes it a little interesting here with 11 seconds to go. 59-51. They're only going to say that was a... No, okay, they're going to give him the three. So 59-52. In a 7-point game with 11 seconds left. It's usually pretty entertaining. Are you talking about the movie? The Markiplier movie? Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Dr. Lake, for calling this game. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. You made chicken and steak. Nice. Yeah, some cookies as well. Yeah. I got to see if my buddy's going to get on. No, he said he would. They're actually reviewing to see if he had a three or not. That's interesting. He was clearly behind the line. I was confused that they only put up 2 on the scoreboard, but they put up 3. So, again, we're just kind of waiting. Waiting for this game to conclude at this point. Steve Mariucci was on a stacked coaching staff with the Packers in the 90s. Crazy to see how many future head coaches were there. Yeah. Actually, I saw that the Kurt Warner movie. And they kind of portrayed him as a jerk. That was pretty crazy. Your basketball commentary has been coming along. Thank you. I'm just trying to get it to where by March we're good. We're good to go. That way I don't sound like an idiot. I mean, sometimes I do regardless. But, yeah. Anyway. George Mason going to be inbounding underneath their own basket again above. They have a 7-point lead. And looks like Conga is going to be... No, that's not Conga. That is Troutman. Troutman is going to be fouled with 9 seconds left. So these These last few seconds will probably be the longest few seconds ever. That's the one thing I kind of find annoying with basketball, but I'll live, I guess. I wonder how many head coaches or great OCs or DCs have come from Tomlin's 3. This guy, you can't count him on one finger. Drummond's an 82% free throw shooter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has had a rough night at the line. What's about your Twitch streams? Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, sorry in advance. As there is the first one he makes it an 8-point game. You going to do the Davidson Wildcats? Possibly. Again, we'll see. It just really depends. I might have to be more aggressive and just go up against the illegal streams if it's a big game. I'll just have to suck it up and say, you know what? I'm just going to go up anyway. As there is the second. That is going to be a miss. Again, an 8-point game here as Blum's looking around and Blum's looking around, and that looks like it's going to be a travel. And looks like that's going to be the game. So George Mason, the coach telling him to foul. Why would he tell him to foul with 3 seconds left? I don't understand this. We're again just getting ready to inbound here. George Mason inbounding here, passes. And, okay, they're not going to foul. That's going to be the game, folks. George Mason, 60. Davidson, 52. A pretty solid game. Again, Davidson entered the half with a 15-1 run to take a 34-28 lead. But it's George Mason that pulls away in the end to win 60-52. And George Mason moves to 7-1 in the conference, 19-2 overall, as Davidson falls to 4-4 in conference, 12-8 overall. So again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. I will hopefully see you guys in a stream near you soon. Again, hopefully tomorrow I can get a stream going. I don't know if it'll be college basketball or hockey, but I'll let you know. Again, I do have a Penguins game I could call tomorrow. But yeah. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. And, yeah, I will see you in a stream near you. And, again, if you got time to kill tonight, I'll be on Twitch in about 20 minutes. If not, that's okay. Again, you guys have a good night. Enjoy your evening. Not everybody needs the doctor 24/7, because I certainly don't. I certainly don't need the doctor 24/7. But, yeah, thanks, guys, for hanging out. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Mark, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Chris, Yin Yang, again, Robert. I know George was here as well. Take care. Thank you, Tammy. Chris, good to see you again. Thank you again for tuning in, Chris, as always. Trisk, thank you. Goku, how's it going? You're late to the party. Yes, you are. Again, thank you, Abraham. Appreciate you, man. Going live, yes, for Twitch, yeah, in about 20 minutes. Always a long time, last minute of basketball. But that's what magic can happen. I guess so, but it's rare. And Mike Mertz as a coach, yeah. But anyway, yeah, catch you guys later, and I will see you very soon. Good night. Peace.